My friends, hold on a second. This is very serious. My name is Ethan Van Sciver. This is Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Many of you know I am a leading voice in the consumer movement known as Comicsgate, hashtag Comicsgate. And as such, many libelous, that's when things are written about you in the press, many libelous things are written about me, many untruths, and I'm going to need you guys to help me correct one of those untruths right now, here and now. Only by listening and receiving. That's all I need you to do. I just need you to hear me out. But before we do that, would you mind hitting like, share, subscribe to this channel? We're still shadow banned by YouTube's algorithm for some reason. It's almost like they're complicit in this. All of them complicit. Well, let's just get right into it, guys. I never once, despite what's being written about me right now, I never once accused Marvel Comics of changing the Punisher into a vagina. Never once. I don't know why this is even out there right now. This is a tragic miscarriage of truth and justice. Matt McGloin, how dare you, my friend? Cosmic Book News, ordinarily not garbage tier, but in this case, I've got to question your journalistic ethics. Here is Frank Castle before, when he was a badass, kick-ass. He's got his skull symbol on his chest there. He's all cut up and bleeding. He looks grouchy. He looks very grumpy. He looks like me when I come out of most Star Wars films in the theater. And here's Punisher now. Look at him. He looks cleaned up. He looks ready for church in his new evil version, his new weird, over-designed version of the Punisher skull on his chest. Here we go. This is the article written by Matt McGloin, Cosmic Book News, full of mistruths. This just goes to show you how insane Disney is. We're fucking crazy. And the people that run and work in Marvel Comics, as the Punisher logo has been changed into some sort of demon-shaped Vah-J-J form. On Monday, Marvel Comics announced a new Punisher comic book series from writer Jason Aaron with art by Jesus Saiz. This guy's a good artist, though. Jesus Saiz, or is it Jesus Saiz? Jesus. It's the birth of our Lord and Savior. At least yesterday was. He would be, by the way, happy birthday, Jesus. You would now be 2021 years old and 1 day. Happy birthday. And Paul Azek Seda, where the art features a new logo for Frank Castle, the Punisher. This is their new logo here. Marvel also bills the series as oversized to explore the past, present, and future of Frank Castle's character and reveal where his motivations truly lie. Blah, 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 building on his past to reveal his inescapable future. So just like the logo, it sounds like big changes are in store for the character. Well, they are. Only recently, I think last year, it started to be circulated among the SJWs in comics on Twitter. People who are permanently, inescapably, to use that word again, online, constantly online, complaining to each other that, man, these people that we hate, like there are some real jerks out there who are out there using the Punisher symbol. They're wearing it on t-shirts. They got it on baseball caps. They're getting tattoos of our Punisher symbol, and we got to do something about it. And those real jerks that they were referring to, our military and our police officers were using the Punisher logo. They just thought it looked cool. Look, some people get Superman symbols on their arms, and they wear them. And it looks like some other people decide they like the Punisher skull a little bit better. But this was not something that was going to be tolerated by the left, by the radical left that's taken over the comic book industry. And they said, look, police officers, you have to understand, Punisher is a lawless vigilante. He is a killer without remorse. That symbol represents taking the murderous law into your own hands and killing for the sake of killing. And taking justice, well, not for the sake of killing for the sake of justice as he perceives it. We cannot have our law enforcement, wearing that symbol. That is just not right. That is terrifying to us. We're already terrified that the police are going to kill us all the time. We're terrified of this. We tell each other these stories that we're all in danger because of the law enforcement, police officers, and the military. And the creator of Punisher, a fellow by the name of Jerry Conway, had a brilliant solution. He said, see, we shouldn't allow that symbol, the symbol that, I helped create, says Jerry Conway, into the hands of the police and the military, because we don't want them to represent themselves as lawless killers. That is terrifying. Instead, let me fix the logo so that it could be appropriated by Black Lives Matter because because why? Why, Mr. Conway? I don't know. I'm going to let him answer that question. All of this conversation, this long conversation that's been going on for a year during last summer's summer of what was that? Summer of peaceful but fiery protests. All of that is culminated in this. Now, here's what we have. This is the logo. This is the logo upside down. This is the logo with a little bit of red added in certain places. Now, some people, this is basically a test. This is a Rorschach test for you. What does this look like to you? Let me see. To me, it looks like a Disney witch on her period. That's a little bit like what it looks like. Like if these are legs, and then this is her face here, and these are like horns. These are her arms, and she's like, I'm grouchy. And then this is maybe blood or something like that. I don't know. That's what I see. That's my Rorschach test. I don't know what that's going to tell you about me. But it's going to tell you something, I'm sure. That's what this looks like to me. But it's going to look like something to anyone, something different to anybody who looks at it. Why don't you tell me in the chat what it looks like to you? Here is a quote from me. Now, this is me being misquoted here. Comic book industry is mentally ill. No, I did say that. That's a dead on, bang on quote. They got me dead to rights there. Former DC Comics artist and current Cyberfrog artist, current artist of Cyberfrog Blood Honey. You can get that right here. You can also get a copy of Cyberfrog Blood Honey if you're sick of this nonsense on our eBay store. We got all kinds of Cyberfrog product here, including the gold and silver edition Salamandroid and Cyberfrog PVC sets. Oh my gosh, you've got to get these. These are absolutely amazing. They're for sale right here. They come in these beautiful boxes, and they're highly, highly, highly collectible. So make sure that you do that. Make sure that you get some Cyberfrog stuff right now. So former DC Comics artist and current Cyberfrog artist who can be argued has insights into art that most folks don't have. Most common people. And I'm not saying this to brag about me, myself personally, but nobody is as smart as I am about art. Nobody. And I don't mean to brag, but I have insight into the artistic process, and nobody else does. There's nobody on the planet who can look at this stuff and see right through it the way that I can. And that's right here. I mean, this is not libelous. This is 100% accurate. Great article from Cosmic Book News. Anyway, pointed out that the look of the new Punisher logo above on his popular Comic Artist Pro Secrets YouTube channel, that's what you're on right now, where the logo looks like a behind shot of a woman on all fours. Now, this is what I talk about when I say Rorschach test. I didn't say that. This guy said that. This is what Matt McGloin thinks it looks like. I told you it looks like a Disney witch, and she's got her she's standing up. These are her pincer-like legs. These are her little feetsies here. She's got her arms. She's got a very skinny waist and no boobies whatsoever. She's got horns on her head. And then this is, I don't know, a drop of period blood. I don't know. That's what I say it looks like. This guy says it looks like a woman on all fours. Let me see if I can see that. Let me squint. I don't know. I'm not sure if I see that. He says, which would be from the viewpoint of the Punisher looking down at his chest. All right, so there's a lot of insight. You know what, Matt? You said that I have all this artistic insight. You're no slouch yourself, pal. The problem is that this is a quote from me, and I did say this. The problem is that nobody reads Marvel Comics right now. Very few people do. So it doesn't really matter what current Punisher does. And this is Marvel's thing, where we're going to change the Punisher. We don't like the police officers and the military. They're the worst people in America, the police officers and the military. They're just out to kill people indiscriminately. We have to defund them. This is what these clowns don't understand. It doesn't matter what the current Punisher does because nobody's reading those comics. The old comics exist. It's just like Disney with Star Wars. Disney can F up Star Wars all they want to, but it doesn't really matter. People do come to me all the time and say, "Ethan, you feel like I know you feel like you've given up Star Wars. You don't even like Star Wars anymore, do you?" No, I do. I like it more than ever. Now that Disney has gotten their mitts in Star Wars and utterly ruined it with the latest trilogy. And I will say this: The Mandalorian and some of this other stuff is pretty good, but the current like Star Wars direction is such garbage. You can really go back and appreciate the simple, subtle genius of George Lucas in that first trilogy, and to a lesser degree, the prequel trilogy. I know people, still have mixed feelings about that. I personally think it's okay. I think it's better than the sequel trilogy by light years. But see, this stuff will always exist. It's always going to be there. There's no reason to say I don't like Star Wars anymore. No, I do. I like it more than ever. Now that I see what the other options are, now that I see what people without creative vision will do with something that was created by better people. And by the way, Jerry Conway, creator of Punisher, but not really, not so much. It was the people who picked up the ball and ran with it later on. Just like there were people who created Wolverine. Herb Trimpe created Wolverine with others. Actually, Wolverine was like a group project. It wasn't until Chris Claremont got a hold of him with Dave Cockrum and John Byrne until Wolverine became the Wolverine that we know and love today. It took them, it took Frank Miller, it took a whole series of other creators who followed those initial people who laid down the original line work and the original name and concept. It took a whole lot of people to actually make Wolverine into the character that he is today. So in that case, every single Punisher comic after Jerry Conway's time creating him and before where we are now is still the Punisher. It is still there right now. You can always go back and enjoy those. People can still continue to wear the Punisher logo without supporting current 2021 SJW Marvel, 2022 SJW Marvel. It doesn't really matter what current Punisher does. The old comics exist. You want to go back and remove every single old Punisher comic from the beginning of time, people will still use the classic Punisher symbol. They're still going to put that skull on their shirt and on their baseball cap. And what it will be saying is the old Punisher is badass. One word, badass. The old Marvel is badass. And there's nothing SJWs can do about it. There's nothing. They can ruin everything that they want to ruin from this time going forward. They cannot ruin what actually came before. They can't ruin art that's already in place. Van Sciver continues. They can launch this new version of Punisher, which I'm not sure if that's what they're doing. I think this is just like a mini series in which he gets this silly symbol. He becomes a ninja, puts his guns away. I don't think this is like a permanent thing going forward, but I could be wrong. They could be testing the water. Anyway, but the cops don't like it. They're not going to buy it. You're talking about your audience. You're talking about, who traditionally likes the Punisher. If it's the police, the military, these are the guys who actually buy the comic book. They're not going to buy it. They don't like being insulted. People don't like being insulted by Marvel Comics, by the people who make comic books. They don't. Nobody does. The old stuff exit Marvel. This exists, guys. This should be exists. You can't wipe it out. The good stuff is still there. You cannot destroy comics completely. You know you want to. I know that you want to. So in any case, yeah, this is the whole thing. These are not real problems. The idea that the police like the Punisher and are wearing his symbol, these are not, this is nothing to get upset about. This is something to be happy about. That these characters are reaching, as these characters are reaching and inspiring or entertaining people of all different stripes all over the world. This is a good thing. And by the way, the police are good people, the military, good people, and they don't deserve to be denigrated and insulted the way that Marvel Comics has been doing, is doing, the way that these so-called SJW professionals are spending their time on Twitter doing. It's just a disaster. Be happy that anybody likes your stuff. That's what I do. I'm happy that you guys like Cyberfrog enough to pick up the action figures, and it's almost made $600,000. We're trying to make action figures based on the comic book. I'm grateful to you guys. This was a tough one, trying to get this campaign fully funded at $400,000. Yes, the SJWs laughed at me. They said he's never going to be able to do this. But we did do it. We did do it, and we're almost at $600,000. look at the way these toys look. If you have not reserved your set of Cyberfrog toys, Heather Swain, the Vespis, look at this giant wasp, alien wasp. You can still do it. The links are in the description below. And I thank you humbly. And I am not going to denigrate you, and I am not going to insult you. However, I am going to say, quote me correctly, I did not say the Marvel is changing the Punisher into a giant vagina. Thank you for watching. And please like, subscribe, share this video. I'll be back with more content a little bit later today. Adios.
My name is Heather Swain. Philadelphia has always been my home. Life was good until it happened. I'm friends with a cybernetic enhanced human-like frog created to save Earth. Nobody appreciated or understood him, but I did. We were good friends who enjoyed hanging out with a bucket from the chicken fry. Just me, Cyberfrog, and his very large brother, Salamandroid. Until the invasion hit. They rained from the sky. These space invader giant hornets attacked everyone, killing more than could stay alive, and covered the earth with giant blood honey hives. They can't fly near trees, so we hid in the woods, burning endless fires to keep them away, wearing red so they can't see and kill us all. The last time I saw Cyberfrog, he told me he'd track me down, but it's been decades, and there's been no sign of him. Yet I can't shake the feeling he is not gone. I believe he will return again. We need Cyberfrog and his brother Salamandroid to return and fight off these invaders, to take back our wrecked planet so we can live without fear. If you see my friend Cyberfrog, tell him I need him. We need him to save the world. This is Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet. Join the fight.